Welcome while we read about the bank war. Oh, yes, we're murdering people over a bank. Nobody really dies in this one. It's just all the bank war because Jackson. This was a domestic economic conflict, and it occurred from 1833 to 1836. The Bank War was the name given to the campaign begun by Andrew Jackson while he was president in 1833 to end the Second Bank of the United States after his re-election convinced him that his opposition to the bank had won national support. This new bank was created in 1816 as a successor to the first Bank of the United States, which, if you remember, was started by Alexander Hamilton, whose charter had been permitted to expire in 1811. Thank you, Democratic Republicans. In 1832, Jackson had vetoed the bill calling for an early renewal of the Second Bank's charter, but the renewal was still possible when the charter expired in 1836. To prevent this from happening, Jackson set out to reduce the bank's economic power. Against the advice of congressional committees and over the opposition of several cabinet members, and after replacing two resistant secretaries of the Treasury with a more amenable appointee, Roger Taney, Jackson announced that federal funds would no longer be deposited in the Bank of the United States. Instead, he began placing American money in various state banks. By the end of 1833, 23 pet banks, as they were popularly known, had been selected. The president of the Bank of the United States, the second one, his name was Nicholas Biddle, and he anticipated Andrew Jackson's actions, and he began a counter move in August of 1833. He started presenting state banknotes for redemption, calling in loans, and contracting credit. A financial crisis, he thought, would dramatize the need for a central bank, ensuring support for charter renewal in 1836. In fact, Biddle's campaign appears to have had less effect than either his supporters or his detractors at the time believed. But the bank war did become a matter of intense debate in Congress. Start messing with people's money, people start caring. In the press and among the public. Deputations of businessmen descended on Washington, complaining about business conditions and seeking an end to the bank war, while administration spokesmen argued that Biddle's capacity to disrupt the economy only highlighted the dangers of a central bank. So you're telling me that an unelected official, the president of the National Bank of the United States, has the power to break our economy? That's dangerous. One dude who's not elected can break our economy? Scary. The federal deposits were not returned to the Second Bank, and its charter expired in 1836, meaning that President Andrew Jackson won the bank war. He managed to kill the Second Bank of the United States. So, if you see here, you have a cartoon making fun of Jackson as being too much of a king because he's getting stuff done without laws happening. And above me, you see the Jackson slaying the many-headed monster. It's supposed to represent all the bankers and all the non-elected swamp-like people in government and in the economic sector that just were always there, and that Jackson was going in there and slaying them all, and he's returning America to its people, or so he would say. So you have here, you have a political cartoon making fun of Jackson for this kind of stuff, and above my head, you have one praising him for slaying the beast. So, hope you're learning, and I hope you're having fun.